That's more like it. This is what my desk usually looks like. Let's try to clean this up. Here's my tape dispenser. I love this thing. It's my favoriteest thing. There we go. We'll throw this in. That'll be something to look at. That'll work best. Okay. And a little zoom up. Yeah, got the glare right where we don't want it. How's everybody today? We got Ant is here, John Salisbury, Lincoln Central Coins. For those of you joining this after the show when it's a recording, we got a live chat going on over here. People ask questions. We talk back and forth. Some people just tell dirty jokes. It works out pretty well. We got a coin class. We do this every week. Well, almost every week. Sometimes I nap. And we get into a subject and just go deep on it as far as we can to try to get a better understanding of how the hobby works, how you can put it to your best advantage in completing your collection or doing whatever it is that you do. Lots of stuff going on. We got Chris Hurley over here, Guns and Medicine. I've been watching video after video from Ken, taking information while studying for medical school. Outstanding guns. Medical pays well, and you'll need to invest some of that cash later on. We got Avery Kitchens, Randy Collins. Ant says, I've been trying to add the Peace and Morgan list to the checklist. It's not allowing it to be added. Start another spreadsheet. We'll look at that. Ant, I started it, and Ant ran with it. We've been working on some checklists, and you'll find a link in the description, so you can keep better track of your collection. Check it off, and you got data and stuff. And I'm working on a plan to change this around, but it's handy because you can keep notes on these things, right? Set your own little note chart up, and you can carry this around with you to shows or coin shops, and it's kind of handy that way. The whole idea is to make it easier for you to track your collection, get an idea of how to better organize it, and help you keep notes. It's a framework for note taking, which you're gonna need. Let's see, catch up over here is Coin Finder. There's Paula. How you doing, Paula? Also been doing Canadian cents. Jeez, there's no end to it. How many coins are out there in the world? The U.S. has made something like, 1 trillion coins. It's a lot. There's tons of them out there, man. List is done. Gonna get it to the POP. Okay. Today I want to talk about buying coins, because at some point you'll go from looking through the coins in your pocket change. You'll find coins that you just can't get, right? Matte proofs. You're not going to get those probably in pocket change. A lot of these proofs, you can, from time to time, you can find a proof coin in circulation, but they're not probably going to be in all that great shape. These little scratches and marks on it. And if you're looking for the best one out there, you're going to have to buy it, right? Because you're just not going to find it in pocket change or rolls. A lot of people go through coins, go through coin rolls, because they can get, well, you can get examples of a lot of these, and they'd be in pretty good shape. And the price, you're looking at face value. You pull 10 coins out of circulation, it costs you a dime. I could throw a dime away in the truck. I used to have my sister clean my truck. I said, just keep whatever change you find. And that worked until she found a $20 bill. Whoa, that was an expensive cleaning. Saludos, amigo. Good to see you. The coin list is very helpful, says Crystal. Now, Crystal sent some response back on email about how she's using this. And I like the colors, but I want to make this simple and easy and go with black and white, because a lot of people are going to be printing that up on their own. And the color printers tend to be a little pricey, but we'll see. Maybe there's something we can do. But also, if I'm photocopying the darn thing off, it wouldn't come out in color. We're working on that. That's a project that's taking shape, but it's going to take time. And dude, there's not enough time in the day as it is. I haven't done laundry in like a month. I just wear the shirt for an hour, then hang it, and wear it again the next week. It's working pretty well, but it needs to work. Okay, listen up. There's all kinds of ways to buy coins, all kinds of places to buy coins. Some are desirable, some work for you. Some you're in danger of just throwing away your cash. Different places, you got to get a feel for the market. You got to see what works for you. You can go to a local coin shop, pawn shops, flea markets. Sometimes you can find coins there that are for sale. And you can buy coins online. That's really taken great shape. That's online sales been going on for many years. It's really exploded in the past couple of years because digital technology, the cameras have made it possible, like this thing, to take a wonderful image of a coin. Here we go. We'll bring that down. You can take a fantastic image of that coin and show people what it is that you have. And you can zoom all the way in. I mean, you can get in between the letters. You can take a look with these cameras and look at the space in between, inside the D on a coin. And you can put these image. I don't have a way to stack that up. Here we go. Nope, I can't move that. These always come in handy. Yeah, there's a handle on the camera and it hits the table. Okay. So I'm going to raise the coin just a bit to get a better look. There you go. But you can take wonderful images of your coins and show it to people all around the world. And people will buy them up if you can get the darn thing to focus. That's the problem with this particular camera. It doesn't want to respond to me. There you go. There's an old Canadian large set. And you can get ready and see the detail beautifully and make a determination as if it's the quality that you're looking for. VF, yeah, they'd be about right on that. I might go with fine. Yeah, I got good jewels. It's a good one. I don't know what the date is. What is the date on that? That's an 1892. There you go, a little penny there for you. Here, there's something to look at with some dust and debris. One thing you might want to consider if you're buying online, the quality of the photographs. If you've got a blurry image of a coin, figure they're probably hiding something. You got thousands, tens of thousands, probably millions of coins being listed online in auction sites, Facebook groups, Craigslist. That one's kind of iffy. Craigslist, but geez, I got a great camera. If I don't have one, my neighbor has one, my brother has one, my cousin, my sister, everybody I know has a decent cell phone that I could take a decent photo. So if somebody's putting up a blurry photo, you can figure something's not right. Here, you got a photo like this. What the heck is this? You can't make a determination when you have a bad photograph. If you see a bad photograph, just move on. Because, man, the cameras are out there. They're cheap. This one was 50 bucks. This other one was 20. It's not hooked up right now. It was poorly made. Been working on studying Canadians. There's all kinds of Canadians. Canadians are great. They're terrifically undervalued, in my opinion. People are going to pick those up and make good collections. Verse number 2, it probably is. I haven't given that. It's just sitting here on the desk. Okay, there's B&M, brick and mortar stores. You'll see B&M thrown around. Now, with the coming of the internet and the way it's possible to market coins online to millions of people, B&Ms have taken a pounding in the past few years. Why stay open? Why pay the leasehold expenses, pay a staff when you can downsize and simplify and just sell stuff on eBay? So a lot of B&Ms have been shutting down and closing their doors. So if you still have a local coin shop, well, by all means, check it out. You might find some good stuff there, but they got some high overhead expenses. That's going to reflect in the prices that they have to charge. It doesn't mean the coin's more valuable. It just means to keep the doors open and keep the lights on and the air conditioner heat running, pay the staff. You got to get top dollar on these things every time. There are auctions. You'll find them locally. There are estate auctions. People pass away. The entire contents of the house go to an auction house where it's all raffled off, cut up, split up, dispersed. And a lot of times you can find some coins in there. Typically, a good coin collection will go to a coin auction auctioneer. And there's some good ones out there, Stack's Bowers, Heritage Auctions. We'll take a look at those in a bit. There are coin shows out there where you have anywhere from a dozen or 2 dozen to hundreds of coin dealers. They all get together, rent a big giant place, set up tables, and sell their coins right there. There are some enormous shows. They fill auditoriums, and sometimes it's just a small Armory, a room at the Hilton or something. Um, the bigger shows, you can find some neat stuff at these big shows, but there are techniques that you want to employ when you go to these shows. Before I go, I like to do things like mortgage my house, get a big wheelbarrow to carry all the cash, and I don't expect to come back from coin shows with, anything other than enough money for gas. That's about it. Steve Garrett's here. Hello, Kennedy. When we went through pennies last night, we got your pennies, but I didn't count them outright, so I've got to redo that. I've got a whole bunch of extras. Anyway, well, you'll get the count that you paid for. Who can you trust on eBay? Nobody. God. Reputation is, that's a thing. You can go down to a shop or a show and you can meet the seller in person. You can talk to them, you can get to know them. And reputation is everything. Online sales, geez, you got tens of thousands of people selling online. How do you know if you can be, if you can trust them? eBay is particularly bad. There's some advantages to certain places online where you can buy, and there's certain disadvantages that you have to watch out for. When you're doing the Coin Jeopardy, we're going to fill up that Dansko album, Good Ways, and plus I got to finish I got to finish all the questions, or excuse me, all the answers for the Coin Jeopardy, and we'll get into that. But it'll probably be in the next couple of weeks. It'll be a lot of fun. People are still sending coins in. Okay. You got B&Ms, auctions, shows, online, and in person. You can meet people and say, oh, I got coins. You should come over and look at my coins. Or you agree to meet in a public place, like, say, a restaurant or a hotel lobby and conduct your affairs there. In person works good if you get to know the person. You build a rapport. You get to know them. And you build a relationship with these people. A lot of times you can get some good coins for good prices that way. It's personal. It's one-on-one. It's the same person over and over again. It works, but at the start, you still have that trust issue, right? That there's never met the guy before, so you have it at a public place. And we'll see what they've got. My ICS is run by fools. Oh, LCS. LCS and B&M. B&M is a brick and mortar store. LCS is a local coin shop. Avery says it's run by fools. It could be. Don't know why I keep getting coins checked out there. Told me my 1878 Carson City real dime was worth $9 to $11. Yeah, if you're selling coins, local coin shops tend to offer 50%, 60%. If it's a really good coin and they think they can flip it, maybe you get 70% of market value. For selling coins, there's different ways to sell coins, but that's another subject altogether. We're talking about when you first get out and start to buy these coins. Where do you go? Where do you start? Okay, let's have a look around here first up. We got online, and we're going to go to the screen. We'll spend a lot of the show on screen, and what this is going to do, it's probably going to lag and slow some stuff up because these pages will need to load. Okay, first thing we're going to look at is eBay. And give me a moment. It's got to load up again. It's already loaded, but when I click on the thing, it's got to load again. If I'm lucky, it'll load again. Let's see. Can we see this? I can see most of it. I want to shift it over just a little bit. Okay, eBay is not the king of online places, but it's way up there, dude. You can find all kinds of things. I did a search. Right, we have a little search bar up here at the top where you can type in what you're looking for, and I typed in 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent. Okay, what you got here? We got 782 results. Kind of neat. And you can click on these things and see what is it. Have a look at it. Have a look at the buyer. What sort of reputation the buyer has. Here's one for $1,100. How much you want to spend? Okay, the search sometimes works. This is kind of like an SVDB, but it's a copper round. It's a replica, and it's probably 2 inches across at an ounce. Here you go. These sellers are going to put anything in the heading that they can to try to draw your attention. The only thing they have to get you to stop and take a look at their coin is the photograph and the big heading and the price. So this guy, he's going to put in key date, like you don't know already. that a 1909 SVDB is a key date. Okay, NGC, it's been certified, fine details, has a scratch on the reverse. 357, that's not a bad price really. Them scratches tend to kill it. But you've got 5 days left on this auction. Okay, these prices that you see aren't always what they're going to be going for. It's an auction. You bid. You say, I'd like to pay, you know, $27 for this coin. But if somebody else bids $29, you don't get it. And then there's also shipping charges that are going to be tacked on top of that. But you can go through and compare one coin to the next. Here's another copper round for $1.60. Where'd that first one go? That's $2.70. It's probably the same darn thing. Okay, here's one. We've got a 1909 SVDB, 455 bucks. It's got 4 days left. You can take a look at that. Just simply click on the darn thing and it'll load up. This next one's interesting. It's an old roll of Lincoln wheat cents, right? It says San Francisco Reserve on the roll, and you get 1909 VDBs both ends. Well, let me tell you what. This is bullshit. Okay, you're going to see a lot of stuff on here. It's not what you're thinking it is. They're misleading the person. All right, you put a VDB on the end of a 1909S roll. Just show the reverse, and the insinuation is that this is a full roll of 1909 SVDBs. Well, geez, they got 18 bids on the darn thing. It's probably got 2 VDBs, and the rest are all 56D. You can assume that what you don't see is junk. It's filled with rocks, you know, stuffed paper and torn junk. All you see is the ends. When you're buying these rolls that are addressed and advertised in this manner, you can assume. Always assume that it's a scam. Every now and then you get one that's you know, not quite as totally scamish, but you're always paying. Know what you're buying. If you can't tell what you're buying exactly, you're throwing your money down the toilet. You're going to need a stick to poke the money down the toilet. Okay, but you can go on down through here, and well, some photos are really good. Some are going to be, you just kind of see it. Certified coins, you got a better chance of getting the coin that you're paying for. There you go, all kinds of different stuff. What's this one here? Vintage Lincoln wheat cent rolls with a 1909 VDB and red reverse ends. 50% plus, pre-1940s. How do you know what's in the roll if it's not searched? Okay, let's have a look at one of these items here. I picked one out here. Here's an XF 1909 VDB, okay? And you can look at the photograph. If you're good at grading, you can decide if it's, you know, is this the grade that this guy's claiming? You can zoom in. Okay, we get a little mark on his head there. The rest of it looks pretty darn good. Let's look at the back. Okay, XF is what he's claiming. I got full wheat lines. This looks okay. There's a VDB. It looks right. It's in the right location. This is a Type 2 VDB. I've got some gunk over here, but it's not screwed up. And right now, the current bid is 7 cents. That's kind of neat. Now I know for a fact that I can take a 1909 VDB and XF, and I'll be able to sell that for $10 or so. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. So you can add a watch list. You can click on Add to Watch List. Effectively, it's a bookmark for these coins. And you can, well, put together a big list of stuff that you're watching. And as they come to term, because these expire, these things aren't for sale at this price. No, it ain't going to go for 7 cents. This will go between 9 and 11, most likely. All right. Free shipping. Okay, good. No surprises there. Now we can look at the guy who's selling the coins, and you get a lot of information over here. This is M bar coins, and he's got a big number beside him and a purple star, and he's got a kind of a medal over there. Let's look at M bar. Okay, M bar. He's been doing. Does it have the date on here? Here it is. He's been a member of eBay since February 27, 1999. This guy's been on here for 20 years. Okay, you don't get 20 years in with these kind of figures if you're screwing people over. That doesn't mean he's giving you great bargains every single time, but the people are responding well. Okay, he's got 67892 big number here. This is a feedback score. He's probably sold, 200,000 items, right? Not everybody sends feedback. Of those, he's got 68,925 positive, 49 neutral, and 22 negative. Well, that's pretty good. The 22 negative, you can look and see, you can click on it, see what the heck were these problems. And chances are it's somebody with a gripe or a groan, maybe it got screwed up in the mail. The biggest issue with ordering online is the shipping. Is the coin protected well? Did it arrive in a timely manner? Was it screwed up? Every now and then the post office is going to... I had a guy calls me up, he says, hey man, there's a boot print on your package. How do you get a boot print on a package? Well, they got to drop it and then stomp on the darn thing. Well, the coins are fine because I pack them bulletproof. Okay, but there's more stuff you can get in here. You got 3,856 followers. Now that's a pretty good record right there. He's got almost 4,000 people that are going to be watching his items. So we got that coin back here, right? You got 7 cents for this 1909 VDB, and there's 4,000 people that are probably going to see this thing. The bigger the seller is, the more often eBay will promote their stuff. You can go back to that search engine back here, right, where we typed in the 1909 SVDB. And you can take a look at these coins. You'll see Great Southern coins. Pretty massive following, right? You got sponsored items. They're going to have their stuff promoted. They're paying extra to promote their items on eBay. But you're also going to find some smaller sellers. They've only got a few items. Oh, let's see. This one looks like a smaller seller. And I'm going to click on that just to see. It's going to probably drag things out. Now, the way the eBay algorithm works, if an item gets viewed, right, if somebody puts it on their watch list, if it gets a bid, it's going to move it to the top of the list on this on the search pages. All right. So once you get a little activity, it promotes further activity. Okay, here's EJ81. He's got a lot of feedback here, 24,249. Now, I'm not going to click on him because it's going to keep dragging it down. He's got a bunch of stuff here. A VDB, 4 of them, 14S, 26S, Cull coins. Well, I'll tell you right now, that's going for way too much. Yeah. Okay. But you can find sellers that don't have a whole lot of items. Okay. They don't have a whole lot of feedback. They're kind of untested. Chances are it's somebody just selling a few things they had to pay their light bill. And that's where you can find your best deals. Okay, they may not have the most experience, but they're not getting the views. They're not getting attention of eBay. And eBay subsequently is not promoting their stuff. And if it's not getting promoted, they're not getting 9 bids. You'll get all kinds of stuff that, well, it's just slipping through the cracks. This guy, he's going to go for a good price. Okay, some of this other stuff on here might be just missed. What do you got? 26 bids here, 56 bids here. No bids on this one. It probably just came up. But there's different ways to use these tools that you have available. And if you can find sellers they have, they got a few hundred feedback ratings, you can take a look and see what kind of audience they have. If they got 8 followers, eBay is not going to be promoting their stuff, so the bids aren't going to get that high. And that's where you're going to find a lot of good deals. These bigger sellers, well, you can have more faith in them. They got a whole lot of positive feedback. Okay, there's stuff out there. Where'd the guy go with that bullshit roll? Let's look at that. We're gonna find, is that it? Old roll. Yeah, let's have a look at this guy real quick. So we'll probably get some lag. Let me see if we get any lag over here. What color's the bar? I'm totally green. How long was I down? eBay strikes back. Anyone else's stream dead? Yeah. When I load a web page, it's going to drag up and stream resumed. Video output low. Stand by. We're loading a page. Please close some windows. Okay, I'm going offline a lot. Okay, I'm in touch with a lag issue. I'm going to go with windows that I have open because opening new windows kills it. But I get into an idea and I want to follow it. Okay, this is roll seller. He's got a lot of rolls. 3,000 feedbacks. He's kind of well, but you can find people on there that aren't well known. They don't have a big following. You can get better prices here. If you're brand new to it, I recommend going with the bigger sellers. You have a much better chance of getting what you're looking for. Like Ambar, you pay close to retail. You might go a little over when you figure in the shipping costs, but you got a much better chance of not getting screwed. Some of these newer sellers, smaller sellers, where they don't have a lot of feedback, they don't have the experience it takes to ship it properly. Okay, well, if you go through eBay, you do have a money guarantee. And all you got to do is send it back, and I've sent plenty of stuff back. Okay, let's start killing some windows so we're not lagging up so much. Okay, we're going to look at Facebook next. Bear with me here. He can't see chat. Yeah, if you're looking at the screen, then I can't see chat. Here is the video output is low. I'm not even streaming right now. Please stand by. Close like 5 windows. I got like 30 open here. It says we're waiting. Okay. I got a gazillion drop frames. All right, we're going to kill some windows. This ain't working. We're going to kill some windows. We're going to kill them. Just kill them dead. All right, killing windows. Haven't heard a word in 5 minutes. Can you see me now? Working on it. Waiting. I might have to start over. Let's see. 3,000 drop frames. That's not good. We got a red line. Okay, I'm going to start killing shit because this is not working. This ain't working. What's the point of trying to do a video if you can't stream? There. Every window that was open is dead. Killed it. All I heard is going to kill. We killed every window out there. Let's see if we're streaming yet. Might need to start, yeah. Well, it says stream resumed. Screen and me. Scope. Home. There. I think this is going to have to work. Well, that totally failed, didn't it? Okay, it says stream resumed. And I got a yellow line for some reason. I killed off every window I had open. I was going to show you all kinds of stuff. Really, I think that doing it, when I show stuff online, ads load, video pages, it slows down stuff and makes it really hard. I get to chat and I read it. Okay, I might just kill this whole class and do it differently. This might be better designed for a recorded class because I have so darn many windows open that I wish to show. Okay, what's the last thing you heard? Gosh, Beth's here. Well, we get started now. Bill J's here. Welcome to Lag Class 101. Yeah, sometimes you bite off more than you can chew and it screws the pooch. Okay, I was talking about different ways to put eBay to advantage because there are a lot of people on eBay that, well, they're less scrupulous sellers. eBay's handy, but you have to get a feel for how it works. And how much of this video, we've been on, well, for about half an hour now, how much of this did we lose? Was it too choppy? Should I just kill off what's been made so far? Oh! I hate this computer. I need a faster video card, faster connection, get my hair done. I definitely have to do my nails. Gosh. I have a feeling things have been going on for a while. We've been trying to talk. Okay, let's get back to where we were. Facebook is an opportunity to buy coins. Now here you've got another up. It's a good chance you get to get a feel for the people that are selling these coins. You can get to know them. You can talk to them. If you have a question, you can go immediately to a private message and get a response. Hey man, can you get a better picture of this coin? I'm kind of interested in it, but I can't make out, what's going on because it's got too much glare on there. Buying me an Alienware desktop soon. I probably need something like that. I need a gaming computer. Okay. So if you want to look at a coin and you got a picture like this, well, contact the guy and say, hey, what? Have you got another picture? And if you can't get it cleared up, just run away from that. Glare to hide the verdigris. Oh, there are plenty of coins you're going to find people need or want to hide something so they can get the full value. Well, the fact is, if you're ordering online, your best bet is to only pay with PayPal. Okay, some people say send it by Facebook Pay, send money orders, whatever it is. With PayPal, you have the advantage of buyer protection. Right? If you can't resolve it with the seller, go through PayPal, and PayPal will make sure you get your money. You got to send the coin back, but PayPal is going to stomp on this guy if he doesn't comply. When you're dealing with a new seller for the first time, seriously, use PayPal. It is the preferred method because it's going to protect you, right? If you don't like it, send it back. If their policy is no return, go through PayPal. PayPal will see to it you get your money back. They're working off uniform commercial code, and baby, you can cancel any transaction. They're going to look out for you. Now, they also look out for the seller, okay? But the key when you're buying coins, you got to put things to work for you. First off is experience. If you're new to buying coins, this is going to hurt. More experience is going to be nice because you're gonna have a feel. When you go to a coin show, they got 150 tables out there. You don't go to the first table and say, "I'll just take everything you have." Right? Work the room. Go check out many tables. When you go to the mall, you don't go into the first store and say, "I'll take this. I need this shirt. It fits. I'm out of here." You might have to sometimes. That's another story, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Let's see. But when you're buying online, definitely shop around and use PayPal to your advantage. It will give you a great deal of protection. Experience will teach you to work the room. Go and see what else other people have. There are all kinds of groups on Facebook where you can buy coins. The personal level of contact gives it a tremendous advantage. Also in these groups, you can get feedback, right? Is this guy any good? What do you know about this seller over here? Is he any good? And if he's no good, these groups are administered, they're moderated, and they will boot that guy right out. A lot of these groups, the moderators get together, and we've got a list of people who have conducted scams or haven't shipped coins that were sold, or buyers that haven't paid. People that have sold counterfeit coins, people that are taking your money and giving you the wrong coin back. And once you get on that list, you get removed from, 50 different groups. You're not selling on Facebook easily anymore. You'll have to go start your own group, and there are people that have done that. There are some excellent groups out there. I recommend the CoinOp Sales and Trades Only group. The moderators, I'm one of them. We're pretty hard. In order to sell in that group, we're going to check you out. You're going to be vetted. I want to see a solid, strong, provable track record of excellent customer service. If you can't do that, you're not going to be approved. If you can't show me that you know what is going on in the world, that you don't have, if you have no experience in selling coins, you're not getting into that group to sell coins. All right? You put up a coin. Let's say you somehow got approved and it was an accident, and you list a coin and something's wrong with this listing. Maybe you don't have the photo. Maybe it's a wrong listing for the photo. Maybe it's a coin and for some reason the price listed is way over the top. We're not going to approve that post. Okay, so the buyers are never going to see those things. Well, sometimes people make mistakes, and sometimes the moderators do, and sellers who should not be in there get in. Well, we're still going to examine that product before it gets listed, before it gets put in front of the world. And there are several of these groups that do well with moderating the sellers, and this gives the buyers another layer of protection. Uh, if these people have screwed up, if they're not shipping, yeah, they're going to get knocked down. They're going to have their listings removed. We don't guarantee the sale. It's still between you and the buyer, but we're going to keep an eye out for everybody in there. The CoinOp Facebook group is wonderful for this. It's CoinOp Sales and Trades Only. I think there's a link down below. Now, the problem with Facebook sales, they have made coin sales illegal. No more. They've outlawed it for their policy. They can do whatever they want. They don't want coin sales. Now, the idea that we think is going on is they'll allow it, but they're going to charge a fee. Geez, you got good money changing hands on there. I'm sure they want a piece of the action, so they got to work on that. What we've done is set up a group on MeWe, MeWe.com. It's the same darn people doing the same darn thing. And once Facebook goes down and they clamp down on the coin sales, we've got that set up. It's in place. It's ready to go. But until Facebook shuts down entirely, the MeWe is going to be pretty quiet because people don't. Well, they tend to resist change. Just going to a different site, they're going to resist that as long as it's still going on Facebook. Let's see, Collector's Corner. Well, I had the link. I had it up here. It's a good site. Geez, they got all kinds of stuff. I had in particular the Fujio sets. If you're looking for the really high-end coins, there are a few sites on the computer where you can get them. The coins are checked out, they're slabbed, they're certified. You don't get to sell on those sites if you don't check out, if the seller doesn't check out. Collector's Corner, Heritage Auctions, HA.com. There's Stax Bowers, right? Another auction house. They have fantastic reputations. They offer world-class coins, and they offer smaller stuff too. You know, $50, $100. They do get a lot of smaller stuff, and every now and then they get so much stuff listed that it doesn't draw the bids, and you can sometimes get some pretty decent deals on those. You'd be surprised. There's Mike Wolf. And if you buy coins, make sure your shipping address is correct. Oh yes, if you set up PayPal, put in your appropriate and correct shipping address. When you buy a coin through PayPal, make sure you get with the seller and make sure your address is correct, because otherwise it's going to ship to, you know, your last address, and somebody else moved in there. You're never going to see it. Keep that up to date and protect that PayPal account. It is a vital lifeline if you're going to be buying coins online. Okay, when you buy online, let's keep an eye on the return policy. Now, eBay, it doesn't matter what the seller says, eBay has a return policy. And if you don't like what the seller says, you just click the button on eBay and you can return it through them. And the seller will be paying the return shipping. Now, on Facebook, it's a little bit different. If you go through the seller may have no returns. Huh? No, you don't accept returns. So whatever the heck the coin is, if I'm not happy with it, I'm stuck with it. We'll look for a guy that offers returns. If he doesn't offer returns, question that seller. Or just move on. There are thousands and thousands of people out there, and if you get a guy who says no returns, chances are he's up to something. He's in a desperate situation. He's going to sell it and stick you. If it's not right, you pay the price. You get suckered. Gosh, always make sure there's a way to get that coin sent back. And PayPal, you always have that option. So pay with PayPal. If you get a new seller you haven't worked with before, not interested, just move on. If you got a new seller you've not worked with before, you're not experienced with him, you have no rapport, you haven't seen his goods, move on, right? Really, there are so many coins out there. You never know what you're going to find today or tomorrow. But the seller and how the seller presents himself is going to be important. And if they're not above board, clear, pretty photos, the prices, it's in the range of correctness, run away. Seriously, there's a lot of people out there selling second-rate product for top-rate prices, and if they're not accepting returns for any reason, right? Look, I can take a picture of this coin and I can identify it perfectly based on the markers on this coin. When I ship the darn things out, I'm going to put them in a plastic flip. Okay, this lets the buyer take that thing out of the flip so they can put it under a scope and take a hardcore look, and they're not getting glare in the way. All right, you buy stuff from me, yeah, you can take it out of the holder. A lot of people say we don't take returns once it's been taken out of the holder. But these old Mylar holders, you can't get a good shot of the coin. How do you look at the coin up close when it looks like this in your camera? You can't see it. Well, if you take it out of there to get a look at it, they say no returns. Walk past that, baby. This is a nickel. Are they trying to save a nickel? Photo quality is good enough that you can identify a coin properly if it's taken out of its holder and examined. Now, hopefully, the people that are buying the coins are going to handle them properly. They're not going to grab them like this. Oh, does that bother you? It's already circulated. It's already brown. I get away with that. Okay, but a lot of people they get funny about sending the coins out and selling the coins, and they want it in that same holder because they want to guarantee if it is returned, they get the same coin back that they sent out. Right? It works both ways. There's bad sellers out there. There are bad buyers out there. You take the coin out of the holder, you put a different one in. There you go, and you send that baby back. Here's your 1892 Canadian penny back. I want my money back. All right, my photos are good enough I can identify that coin out of the holder. It's not a problem. How much is that 18? I don't know. I don't know. It was on the desk. I don't know, man. I'll have to get with you on that. It's a nice one. I don't know if it's large leaves, small date, or what. I'll have to look. Looks like small leaves. Probably a small date. That's probably $100. I now have a lot of ants in my kitchen. You get a lot of ants in your kitchen? Okay. All right. How much are you paying for the coin? You have to make that determination on your own. There's all kinds of price lists. There's a red book, which I should have had that as a prop already. Where the hell did that go? No, I'm never going to see that again. It's probably in one of these piles. All right. How much you pay in an auction is up to you. A lot of people get into these auctions and they bid. It's fun. It's exciting. Oh, man, I've got the best bid so far. And sometimes they get carried away, especially new buyers. You tend to get carried away with the bidding. Somebody bids over your price. No, you just, outbid them again by another dollar. And I've seen this plenty of times where new buyers get into an auction and they're not bidding on the coin anymore. They're bidding to beat the other guy. Now you're doing it wrong. The coin needs to be the focus. If you're bidding in order to outbid someone else, you're not bidding on the coin, and you're going to need a stick to shove the money down the toilet. Because I've had two, but actually I've had more than two. I've had several buyers bidding on something, and they were young and new and inexperienced. And it wasn't that they were bidding to win the item. There's a bunch of Buffalo nickels, half dates, probably worth about $10 for the whole bunch of them altogether. I think it was 3 dozen of the darn things. They had partial dates, and these two young guys got into it, and the bid just kept on going and going and going because they were bidding to beat the other guy, not to win the coins at the right price. And it went for like $27, for a bunch of dateless, partial date buffaloes. Way, way over. Well, the guy paid. I sent him out. He looked at them and I'm sure he realized, these are worth a third of what I bid. Well, he sends them back. He paid for shipping on that to send that back, right? Because I'm not paying for that mistake. Your mistake ain't going to cost me money, and my mistake shouldn't cost you money. They got carried away. That's all it was, and I refunded his money for the coins. Sorry you screwed up. I can't, you know, I'm not paying the penalty for that. But you get into these auctions, and well, if you get carried away, that's where you take it up the butt. If you're bidding more than a couple of times, uh, you're probably just jacking up the price. On eBay, I don't bid until there's 10 seconds left, right? I put in one bid, and that's my bid. If I don't get it, you always have the option of, you know, bid $1 more. Get the stick out and shove the money down the toilet. The only thing you're doing if you're bidding repeatedly on the same thing is jacking up the price and jacking up the price. And the other guy, why is he bidding? Is he bidding because it's a good coin, or is he bidding to beat you? Because if that's the case, again, he's got his own stick, and he's got another toilet with more money being thrown into there. Auctions are fun. They're exciting. I've been in live auctions where you get a bunch of people, and it builds excitement. Jeez, where was that one? I bought this hutch up here, right? You see this hutch, and there's a table and chairs over here that goes with it. Beautiful stuff. But they had a couple of coins at this auction, and there's a guy over here. I bid like $5 on this thing. This guy over here bid $6, and there's a guy over there bid $7. Geez, it's a $10 coin. There's also a buyer's premium. You got to watch out for that one. I'll talk about that in a bit. And these guys got into it. They don't know what the coin is. I mean, I guarantee they don't know what this coin is, because they bid and bid. They paid $200 for this coin. It's a $10 quarter. $200? They were bidding to beat each other, not to get the coin right. Okay, buyer's fee. You go to these auctions sometimes. They got estate auctions, auction houses, bankruptcy auctions, all kinds of different reasons to have auctions. Every now and then, one of them, well, it's kind of common in the smaller towns. The auctioneer will have a seller's premium and a buyer's premium, right? The seller comes in with his stuff. He's going to pay a premium, right? It sells for $100. He's going to pay 10%. So he gets $100 for the stuff, but the auctioneer only gives him $90 because the auctioneer charges the seller a fee. A lot of these auction houses also have a buyer's premium. You bid $100, you're going to pay $110 for that coin. You got to keep in mind the buyer's premium when you go to these auctions. eBay does not have one. Some of these other places do not have one. But if you're paying it, you need to know about that, because it's going to cost you typically 5 or 10% more than the bid on that price. So, geez, if you think you got a great deal, you know, say $10 on a $100 coin. No, baby, they're going to charge you at the door before you get your coin. And if you don't pay it, you don't get it. And you don't get to come back to that auction. So, geez, what do? Well, you pay the $10. You take it, you know, you take it on the chin, and you learn the lesson the hard way. Watch over there. Now, auctions, sometimes I've had this experience. There will be unethical practices at an auction. You have several people bidding. The bid is, you know, $50, and the auctioneer will look at 3 bidders and they go 50, 55, 60. Okay, that's an unfair tactic. You're not giving, you know, once this guy's, you take his 55, the other 2 guys, when you take them that, they don't have time to put their hand down, and the auctioneer just jumps from 50 up to 60. Well, it's a $55 item. He just went over on the auction by using an unfair tactic. If you see that sort of thing, just leave the building. Just walk the hell out of there. An unscrupulous auctioneer, get out of there. It's the same as an unscrupulous seller. Get out of there. When you see BS, when you see unscrupulosity, is that a word? Just walk away. There are plenty of other places. There are good sellers out there who have good product at a good price, who aren't going to screw you. There are good auction houses where they'll take a $6 bid and wait a moment to see if these people respond. $6. 7 to you. Okay. 7. Good. $8 to you. No. $7 it is. Watch for it. You will see this in your lifetime. You will see it. And you can go to an auction once a week, and you'll probably find it. A different auction every week. You'll probably find it in a few months. They're out there. Watch out. Plenty of ways to get stung when you're buying. And that's one advantage of the online is you can send it back a lot of times for no reason whatsoever. I've had people contact me, the dog died, all the hair fell off my cat, and the wife's, giving birth to our 14th kid this year, and we're kind of short. Can you buy back some of this stuff? And I've done that a few times. But I'm not going to sell that guy again. Look, you got troubles. You can overspend. You've got to set limits. Okay. Here we go. You got that experience you're building. You also want to put together a plan. Oh, this is where this comes in. What are you going to buy? You're going to an auction. What is it you're going to buy? Have a plan. Don't be bidding on stuff you don't need or want unless you're looking for an opportunity. Okay. If you're able to carry in a checklist, something like this little workbook we're putting together, you know what you're looking to buy. Right? Why are you bidding on a 1917 Lincoln when you have 10 of them already? And you need a 1917D. Go in with a plan. Know what you're looking for. You go to a coin show, know what you're looking for. Because you're going to be besieged by so many beautiful and wonderful delights. If you don't have limits for what I pay, $10? I'm back. I'm missing the chat. Coming in with a plan, knowing what you're going after, setting a budget, setting limitations. Now, one idea, and I had the link up here, I had to take that down, is to put together an account just for coins. Now, if you're coin roll hunting, this makes perfect sense. Open another account at another bank. So now you got two banks, one to pick up at, and one to drop off at. But you keep one of those accounts for your household expenses, your light bill, your property taxes, your gasoline, your groceries, and you keep the other coin just for your coin enterprise. How much are you putting in each week, right? You work all week and you want to set aside $20 a week or $50 a week or $1,000 a week, whatever it is. You put that into the coin account, and that's just the coin money. You spend it all, that's it. You got to stop spending money. If you got extra cash, that's when you can go look for opportunities. Oh, geez, here's a neat coin. I've already got a 1917, but this one is in superior condition, and the price is right. And I think that I can probably sell that coin and pick up a few dollars. So there's an opportunity to be a good buyer if you can. You learn the market, you get a feel, you see these people, you get used to how they operate and whether they're a respectable seller. So every now and then you're going to find an opportunity. And you can take advantage of that and put it to use. Put that knowledge to use. Buying is only the start. Later on, you'll get into the selling aspect. And I've touched on that. I do it all the time. Buying is the first step, though. When you go from looking through pocket change into building a better collection, you're going to start buying. So you need to work on the craft. You need to be able to grade the coin. Oh, let me hook this up. It would only take a minute. I had the printer hooked up again. Had a bunch of stuff going. Let's see if I can make this work. It should not cause any lag. Screen. There's a scope. And let's see if we can make this thing work. Probably not. Okay. Let's stick a coin under there. Deactivate. Wait a few seconds. We're going to reactivate. We should see a dime appear. Okay, there you go. You're going to work on your grading skills. If you can grade a coin appropriately, this one's perfect. Okay, what would you grade this one at? Now, the closer you can get to accurate, the better off you're going to be. You go in with a plan when you're purchasing something. You're going to know what that coin is worth for the grade available. XF details. Perfect. Perfect. I had no pointy stick. A lot of people look at these things and, well, they just don't have the experience to say, dude, it's got a big scratch right here in the back of her head, big gash here, got a big gash over there. Okay. Now, if you have a little bit of blur on a coin, you can easily miss some of these details. They get to be quite subtle, kind of hard to see. That's why you got to insist on clear photos. All right, if I clear that up, we're going to start to see better details. You'll know over time, you build the experience to know this photo is not good enough to make a determination on this coin, because you're looking for this stuff. You shop online and it comes in. It didn't show up when you bought it, but it arrives at home, and you're going through your mail and you pick out your coin, and you see something like that. Send it back. Sure, hidden. What I offered him, which is the $8. Yeah, I get a few conversations going on. They're chatting it up again. Put the craft to use. If you're not able to accurately grade a coin, work one series. Get to know one series, probably the Lincoln cents, so you can come up with an accurate grade most of the time. And if you can come up with your grade it yourself and come up with the accurate grade, then you can put these price lists to advantage and do better when you're buying. You don't pay too much. The biggest mistake people make is spending too much for a coin, buying stuff they don't need or want or know about, and getting coins that are not what they paid for and accepting them. Oh, well, that's okay. You paid $10 for this, you paid too much. I'll keep it. Dude, don't accept anything less than what you paid for. I prefer 2 or 3 centers. We got any here? I'm sure I got one somewhere. What's this? That's that big fat penny. There you go. If you're paying for a very fine coin, you should get a very fine coin. If it's coming in and screwed up, send it back. Every now and then, though, you're going to find a coin where you paid one price and you looked at it and, geez, it's something even better. You can put your knowledge and your experience to work, and sometimes you can cherry pick what the dealer has. Hey, man, you guys got this thing for sale for how much? Huh? And you look at it and think, dude, that's worth a whole lot more than the cup of coffee this guy's charging. Over time, your experience and your knowledge and understanding of the craft is going to pick up to a point where you can go through and find this stuff. Right? You can search the internet and you can find this stuff because the camera technology is there. And you can say, yeah, got a little ding here. Right? The wears, okay, not too bad. It's not screwed up. It's got an issue at the bottom. Right? That's pretty darn small. I don't think it's enough to detract. You got a ding over there, but you got this, and that's where your skills really help pay for you. RPD, repunched date, not double date. It's not a doubled. It's not a doubled die. It's not done by the hub. It's repunched. They used to punch these dates in by hand. That's the knowledge that we're trying to get out in this channel, so you can go out and find this stuff. What are we at? We're at 4 o'clock. Let's keep on going here. A key strategy is patience, right? When you're looking for a coin, you got your list over here, and you're looking for, a 1916 matte proof. Well, there's only 1,000 of them have been made, and you've done your homework. There's probably only about 300 that are surviving, right? You can put your knowledge and expertise to work to be able to identify that. Where's that book I have? There you go. Once you get into the big dollar coins, get the books. Here you go. This one is this is just about matte proofs. There's a whole book about 7 coins. Whole darn thing. So you can identify the markers on, what is that? On a 1909 matte proof. You can tell by, there's a die scratch. It should be right here, because when you got 1,000 coins that are produced, they use 1, maybe 2 dies, and you can look for die markers. This little gouge here above the IB. If you're buying a 1909 SVDB, you already know when you're shopping for that there are 4 dies that were used to create a 1909 SVDB. All right? And you know how to tell the difference between those 4 dies. And if you don't know that, maybe you shouldn't be in the market for a 1909 SVDB. At around $100, $200, long before $500, you're starting to do different homework when you're buying coins, and you're looking at the books and the reference material to best identify, to positively identify that. But you're going to be patient because what you're looking for may not be on the market for a while. Okay, what do? You go look at something else. You go into opportunities as they arise. You never know what's going to be for sale tomorrow. It might be something you want. It might be something you don't expect. Uh, and both are good. I like the unexpected stuff. Okay, budget, plan, knowledge, experience, patience, opportunism. We've covered all this stuff. Upon arrival, the coin comes in. We can go back over here. You've ordered a coin online. Actually, I've got some neat stuff here. Where'd that go? Yeah. Is Eric here? Where's Blues? Blues coins. You'll love this. You can tell a lot about the seller by the way they package their coins. This came in from Blues. Oh, I won't show his address or nothing. This came in from Blues the other day. Right? They got a nice padded envelope, taped up. It's not going anywhere. I got tape across the label so the label's not coming off. This package has a really good chance of actually arriving here. Inside, I've got coins in other packages. Looks like this. Now, he sent these for the big show. I haven't looked at them yet. I thought this would be a good opportunity. So you got somebody packaging stuff like this. All right. Reused. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, that's not going anywhere. With my knife. Okay, but the coins come in, and it's inspection time. Be gentle when you open these. You should have, if you've ordered them, you should have an idea of what is in that package. Okay, so if it's a big book, you don't want to slash that thing open. Okay, so you do some surgery here. So he sent this for the big show. Oh gosh, what is it, you suppose? Oh God. It's a 2014 S silver 10 cents limited edition set. Proof 69 Ultra Cameo. Isn't that pretty? He sent that in. Okay. That's what you ordered. This is the way it came in. It was packed well. All right. Yeah, I got double layers on one side. I got another package on the other side. I got 5 layers of padding on this coin. I'm going to inspect that real close. Don't skip this step. It's important. Let me get some junk out of the way here so I can get to it. Okay, scope. Here we go. This is the coin that came in. Okay, is it what the slab says? Proof 69? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's looking pretty good here. Silver. Okay. I'm going to inspect that. I'm looking for die varieties. I'm inspecting it looking for damage. I want to make sure it arrived safely, first off. Maybe it's the coin that was in the video or the coin that was in the listing, but something happened to it on the way. Okay, now we got problems with the mail. Boy, that's a pretty looking thing. Yep, it checks out right. I don't see any die varieties. It's the right coin I ordered. It's acceptable. Okay, I want to then, if I have a database I want to enter that into, now's the time to do it. Process the coin. Where is it? There you go. Process that. Check it off your list. Add it to your database, whatever you're going to do. There you go. And get that coin properly stored. In this case, I'm going to take my slab. I'm going to put it in a baggie because I don't want to scuff this darn thing. I don't want to get boogers on it. I'm going to keep the spiders off of it. There you go. You know, have a routine you go through when coins arrive. Inspection, confirmation, make the decision of keep it or send it back. And after that, data entry, if that's your thing, and proper storage. Get that packed away. Then, always check the package, inside out. Make sure that's everything. Because I've had some, you know, I save my old packages so I can reuse them. And every now and then I pick up a, you know, package here and I look, and there's something in there. Huh? Sometimes people put stuff in. Okay, now we got coins for the Dansko book. Huh. Okay. Scott Hugenboom sent the Dansko album. Brand spanking new. We're going to give it away. We're going to have a, we're going to play a game show. Oh, look at this. Let's set that aside. He sent some coins to the Dansko album. We'll send it just like this. Now, this is the way it was packaged. It's not going anywhere. Right? That thing was sealed up. I had a padded mailer inside a padded mailer. So good. There's nothing wrong with the package here. It's solid. It's safe. It's not perforated. It's not screwed up. Doesn't have a boot print on it. Okay, these are the coins that I got. I'm going to see what it is I have and examine them closely. There we go. Is Eric in here? This is from Erica Blues Coins. Okay, one at a time. You can order them. You can put them into, you know, some sort of direction. Take the earliest. What do you got here? Oh, look at this. This is gorgeous. Scope. He sent a 1957D. Okay, I want to check this thing out. It's in a 2x2. The 2x2 is in good shape. I might want to flatten those staples. Okay. There's one staple. I might want to add a couple of more staples. It may be I'm going to get the staple off my table and put it into, you know, an unplasticized flip. At any rate, I want to check this coin and make sure it's what I ordered. Now, these weren't actually ordered. They were donated to the show. But we'll give it a good look anyway, because here it is. Ain't that pretty? God love him. Oh, that's beautiful red. Blues Coins is here. He sent this thing in. It's a 1957D. You get a little die chip in the 5. Huh? Let's look at the eyeball. Well, we went through so many coins last night. Looks pretty good. We got a buy. Oh, look what we got here. We got a BIE. Every now and then you get something you don't expect. And you see a die chip in the B, and you get a die chip between the B and E. Now, it's not the full sausage. It doesn't go all the way up, but that's considered a buy error. Okay. That's neat. Then I get this one. This is a 1981D is what the package says. Okay, let's look at it. That's not a 1981D. That's not even a damn Lincoln cent. Somebody sent the wrong darn thing. On occasion, you'll get the wrong thing will be shipped to you. Okay, stop what you're doing. Make sure that's repacked. You've got all the packing material still available. You can set it all together until you get through the whole package. Because if you got one item that's sent wrong, you might have several items that are sent wrong. Oh, geez, that's not a 1981D. It's a Canadian cent. All right, I'm going to send that baby back. You look at the next one. Oh, here's what I was looking for. It's a 1981D. So maybe I got it out of order. Go through your checklist. It's good to have an invoice in there. Make sure you get what you order. Look at that 1957D again, under the chin clash. Yep, there it is. You'll see it right in there, a little clash. Now, I see one clash. Look for more. Sometimes you see them on the back of the head. All right, look around here, around the profile. You see bottom memorial will be down here. What's that? That's probably a little bit of a clash right in there. And we'll look up here for wheat ears sticking out. Yep, you got a nice little die variety there. Somebody's going to win that. But process the package when it comes in. Have a look at the coins. Make sure it's what you ordered. What you got here, 1972. And that's a master die doubling. I'll tell you by looking right now. I'm going to come up here and I bet you we'll see it. Shows up best right here. I'd have to look at that under a loop. I'm not seeing it here, but the two looked pretty suspicious. We'll give that a good hard look. Okay, examine every coin. Check it front, check it back. Look for issues, look for problems. If it's not what you ordered, give it the boot. Something going on here? Looks like a strike through grease beside the date. I get a little die chip in the R, small, pretty tiny. These will go into the big show. No, these are going to the Danska. What's this one? 60D? Big or large? What do you say? Big or small? That's a small date. Looks pretty right and tight, neat and clean. Let's look at that mint mark, because you got a lot of stuff on these mint marks. But there's a, if you're buying regularly, you're gonna put together a routine. Not a clue, still learning. Yeah, you get some good coins. Do I need to send these back? Okay, you'll get a routine. You'll go through a process, and you can do a checklist if you need to. Check the date, check the mint mark, check the condition, the quality, check the package. Make sure it's the coin you ordered. Oh wow! Look at this. He's got a rim-to-rim die crack. Or is it? It's a hair. Never mind. It looks like a rim-to-rim die crack. Okay, here's a neat coin. Yeah, well, here's a reason. Take it out of that package and put it into a different package. Let's look at the back real quick. I think Blues is a brunette. Just a hunch. I send a lot of hair out with my packages. If you don't have enough hair to make a dog, sorry, I got a service dog. If you don't have enough hair from your coins from me to make a dog, then I haven't shipped them well. Okay. It all checks out. You're good. You're keeping it. Move them into whatever container you like to keep your stuff in. There you go. Save your packaging so you can use that to ship up the next stuff. Enter the stuff into your database or cover your checklist, whatever it is, whatever sort of data handling method you use. Maybe you have a worksheet and you want to check it off and go and store it properly. Who's leaving? Buddy leaving? That's why I love these streams. Everyone is so helpful. Well, I screwed up the first half of the stream having too much stuff loaded. Okay, let's go through my checklist here. We've got fixed price and we've got auction, different ways to purchase the coins, right? Fixed price, simple and easy. Pay $10 and the coin's yours. Watch shipping, okay? Ideally, the seller will combine shipping. If you're not getting the seller to combine shipping, you paid an extra $10 and he's spending $3 on shipping. That's a reason to bitch and complain. Okay, you got brick and mortar stores, your LCSs, your local coin shops. There's auctions, there's shows. You can buy online. You can buy and sell coins in person with an individual. If you don't know them, do it in a public place. A restaurant is good. A hotel lobby, someplace where there are other people around. You can purchase online. There's eBay, Facebook, MeWe, Collector's Corner, Heritage Auctions, Stacks Bowers. It goes on and on. There are private companies that have listings. AppMex, the coin stamp place. Make sure your seller has a suitable return policy, right? If he says you got to send it back in 4 days and it takes 5 days to ship, are they trying just to tweak the rules here to their advantage? Figure a minimum of a week to 10 days return policy. I got the coin right here. I'm going to inspect it when it comes in. Maybe I'm gone for a couple of days. I got somebody checking my mail. I get my stuff shipped to a post office box. I pick it up there once a week. You want to have time in there built in for you to go and retrieve the package. Then you want to inspect it. And if you got a whole lot of coins, it can take 3 days to inspect all the stuff. If your return policy offered by the seller is not, if it doesn't fit with the way you do your thing, move on. There are tens of thousands of sellers out there. You're looking at a $4 billion industry, all the rare coin sales. A lot of them sell at these big auction houses. The big high dollar coins, that accounts for a lot of it. Smaller coins like this, it's a $10 to $15 coin. They add up. When you're first starting out buying, this is probably the range you're going to be looking at. You're not going to get the proofs out of circulation. Those are probably going to be the first coins you buy. They look great. They taste even better. Dude, proof coins are sweet. You got to try it. Is that Mantic? Mantic's going live in about an hour. He's got a big treasure show with Platinum. He didn't have a show Thursday. They were off doing some darn thing. It was tough. I got a headache. I got a nosebleed. I couldn't move. It was like withdrawal. but I should be better now. I'm talking again. Yeah, watch Mantic, and you're gonna find. We'll put your link up. You're gonna wrench. Yeah, Mantic coins. Click on his little 3 dots. Let me show you this. Here's the screen. Here's Mantic coins. I'm gonna shift this over. All right. You see 3 little dots will show up right beside him, and you click on that, and it'll say go to channel. Now I'm not going to click that because we'll get that lag issue we had earlier, and that'll let you find Mantic coins. He's a show every Saturday night after coin class. Here's a good guy. That's Shay and Adriana Hoffmaster. There's home. Okay. Oh, lots of stuff. You go to auctions, you're going to learn so much at your first auction. Don't get too excited. You go to coin shows, you're going to learn a lot. Just go regularly. You're going to start to meet and know and build a relationship with some of these sellers. You'll have your favorite seller, and every time there's a show, you'll go to it. I had a list of shows up here too. What is it? Coinzip.com. We'll give you a list of coin shows, and a lot of them might be near you. Might be an hour drive, might be a 5-hour drive. How far do you want to go? You figure the further away it is, the bigger it wants to be. Big towns, big shows. I'm in Florida. We got Orlando, Miami, Sarasota, Clearwater, Tampa, Jacksonville. Lots of big shows each year. The Florida United Numismatic Show is probably one of the biggest shows in the country. California, you got some big towns out there. San Diego, Sacramento, Los Angeles. I don't know what else, but there's some big shows out there. You guys have the Long Beach show. New York, Pennsylvania, a lot of collectors in these areas, and they get some big ass shows. New York City, the Jacob Javits Center down in New York City will fill up. It'd take you 2 weeks just to work every table. There's strategies to employ. I mean, I could take one of these and do a whole show on that. But if you're new to buying, pace yourself, right? Don't spend every penny you have all at once. It's easy to do, believe me. Oh yeah, I go to these shows, I don't come back, but I gotta buy food and take it with me, because when I come back from a coin show, there ain't no stopping at Burger King. I'm broke. I make sure I got gas when I get out and come back, because there ain't no stopping for gas. It's gone. Gotta run. Thanks, your Hoosier Hillbilly. Who's your buddy? The ANA show is in Philadelphia in June this year. Now, the ANA show is the American Numismatic Association. It's one of the biggest shows of the year. The Fun Show, the ANA show, the Long Beach show, they're big. The big towns have big shows. Chicago, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Baltimore. Dude, get out there and go check out a show. You will see stuff you have never seen before. You'll see coins, regular stuff in such condition. They were made by gods. That's how nice they are. Bill's going to be there. Philadelphia, June. Everybody show up. We're going to have a party. I'm headed over to check it out here, Billy. Thanks so much. Outstanding. A Garden State show. That'd be New Jersey. In Philadelphia? Well, it's right across the street. There's a river between New Jersey and Philly. Yeah. And while you're in Philly, you do the show and you take a tour of the Mint. And, go see Independence Hall. The shows, you can make an adventure out of it. You see Victor Cruz going to flea markets. He gets, he goes out into different towns and tours around the state and stops at different places. Well, while you're hitting the coin shows, go see the local sites. Look at the places that are on those quarters. Because, dude, there's plenty of them. That didn't work. Don't forget to visit the area and take in some sightseeing and tourism and see what history is there. If you're in Boston at a show, go down south to Plymouth. Check out where the Pilgrims, go see that rock. There's a little rock. It's in a fence about the size of my desk, and you look at it. Okay, that's it. Then you go see Plymouth Plantation, right? You go see D.C., we'll stop in at Mount Vernon while you're there. Stop at the Smithsonian and look at what they got. You want to see a collection, go see what the Smithsonian has. They got stuff you only read about in storybooks and, you know, religious texts. Okay, let's see. Let's go on over this. Returns, history, reputation, PayPal, buyer protection. Don't ever forget the advantage of the PayPal buyer protection. Yep. Set up a private account, a separate account just for coins. And that gives you lots of advantages. One, you can't overspend. Two, if you got a crooked buyer out there or seller who somehow hacks your account, you don't have it connected to your household account. You know, separate it. Put in a layer of protection between your coin enterprise and your home enterprise. You sell a coin and the buyer sends it back unexpectedly. You've already spent the money on something else that's really awesome, and well, they have to take it from the account, you know, for the buyer's protection. It only takes it from the coin account. It doesn't take it. So, geez, you didn't make the mortgage this month. You'll have to work it out with PayPal that way. But there's a layer of protection. I guess look up American Numismatic, ANA, money.org. Money.org is the ANA website, the American Numismatic Association website. Money.org. Just type it in, and that'll tell you all sorts of stuff. You can join the ANA. I guess, is he here? The one fellow. My mind is gone. He'll be around. You'll see him. He's going to talk about the ANA in Coddington. I could look up his name. No, it's gone. Sorry, I've lost my mind. Ant shows are fun. I'm going to guess that means ANA shows. But a lot of time on your feet. Yeah. I've gone to David Smock. There he is. That's him. That's his name. He's right here. He's gonna have a show probably talking about the ANA at some point. You want to listen. He's a member in there, Conica, the whole bit. But there are structures out there to help you be a better collector. That's the entire point, is to help you become a better collector, right? To learn the craft. Now, Blues is making the point. Some of these shows, you can go and you'll be on your feet, I mean, all day, right? I've gone in with buckets. You walk in, I got a 5-gallon bucket with a lid on top. Now they want to look at it on the way in, make sure you're not packing. Sometimes when I see it on the way out, you got a receipt for all this? Yeah, here you go. Got you covered. But it's kind of handy to have just a 5-gallon bucket. Well, first off, you can put in your lunch, your smokes, you know, whatever you got to have to just walking around. Put in a bottle of soda, a bottle of water, right? Because, geez, you know, a hamburger's $14 at some of these shows. You know, you take a sandwich with you, but you have something you can just sit on. Right? You go outside, take a break. You know, you sit down for a bit. You have a chair built in, but also you pull off the lid. You buy something, you put your coin in the bucket. Because, geez, you can buy a lot of coins at these shows. So there's different ways you want to plan. You know, how you going to carry this up? I see a lot of people have backpacks on them. Ain't nothing wrong with a backpack, man. But at some point, you want to get off your feet. These shows go on for days and days, and still, you can't check every table. Some of these shows are so darn big. GSNA, what does that mean? Greater States, North America, government sanctioned. I don't know what GSNA means. I'm sorry. My mind is gone. No shit. Yeah, there's different methods to use. It's handy to go in these shows. Take a Palm Pilot or an iPad or an iPhone, so you can, you know, you got data at your fingertips, right? If you don't have, you know, an electronic device, you can take in, you take in your cheat sheet or your workbook, so you know what you're looking for, right? You got an idea. You can take notes into you. You got a plan. You know what you're hunting for. Hey, man, have you got any 1918D Lincoln cents in XF or better? Why, sure. He pulls out a book and shows it to you. Wow, I like this one. Would you take $2 for this? Don't forget negotiation. When you're new, you see the price on the coin. It says $15. The end of $15, you walk away. You get to know that seller. You come back over and over. You bought a bunch of things from them. You're buying a bunch more. Well, you take 12 for that. There's an art to negotiation that can start to save you, you know, some purchase price. Don't expect it the first time you go to a show. Maybe you can, would you take 20? Okay. But the more you get to know these sellers, they're going to start cutting you some slack. They're going to give you better breaks. Yeah, I can take 25% off, but you're going to buy $100 worth of stuff. Something like that goes on. I've offered some pretty good deals to some people through that the email list. To get in the list, you just have to donate to the big show. We have more stuff coming out for that as well. Congrats on the 500 subs. Mantic had 500, so he's giving away platinum. Platinum! He took apart like 47 catalytic converters to get the platinum. True story. It's what he told me. Central States Show. That's what it is. Central States Numismatic Association. And that would be CSNA. What's the G? Greater States? Google States? Great States? I don't know. It's about time Mantic got to 500. It's a good show. You learn a lot. We have a lot of fun. HOA. The homeowners association's not happy. You got to mow your lawn. Take a break. Go outside, mow the lawn, take up the trash, lock up the dogs, tell the kids. You'll get along. Bill makes a good point. When you leave a coin show, be careful. There are people who know what's going on. Now, a good, busy coin show, they should have some security present. But when you have a big coin show, it's a big parking lot. If you're going to be doing some heavy buying, it's good to work in pairs, right? If you do some heavy selling, it's good to work in pairs. One person watches the table, the other one goes to the bathroom. I've worked coin shows, and I'm the only one there. And geez, you got to go. You say to the guy, hey man, would you mind watching my table for just a few minutes? I have to use the bathroom. Well, you get the money in the box. Do you take the box with you? Yeah. This guy's going to watch your table. You barely know him. You don't know who he is. You got to go. Either you go right here or you leave the table unattended. Work in pairs, because at some point you're going to have to go. And when you do, this guy right beside you, he's going to just help himself. Where'd all my stuff go? I don't know. I didn't say anything. Dude, work in pairs. You buy a bunch of stuff. One guy with all the coins lingers inside, the security guard probably, or at least a whole lot of people to watch and see. Right? You're in a public place. The other person goes and gets the car. Now that person is alone in a parking lot where there are bad people who know what's going on, but he's got nothing on him. Some of these places, they don't mind if you go in packing. Other places, they don't want you packing. Well, Jesus, how do you protect and defend your property when you have a bunch of it? Work in pairs. The buddy system has always worked. Ken made a joke about catalytic converters. I dismantled for other platinum. You did. Okay. When you're doing individual coin sales, you don't have to worry about security so much. It's me and this other guy, and we're going to meet in a parking lot or at a hotel room and look at a few coins. Does it make sense to work the buddy? You can. If you have any hesitation, work the buddy system. You got a backup. You got, somebody covering your backside there. Somebody with a phone you can call for help right now. It's not a bad plan. But if you get to know the people, you'll find most of the folks out there are pretty good. Ken Peavy says, dang it. $17.99 Drake bust silver dollar. Ken, any thoughts? Nobody knows everything about every coin, instantly just by. I'd have to look that up. $17.99 Drake bust dollar. There's not a whole lot of them out there. You can probably get one for $1,000 or $2,000 and fine, probably a couple of thousand. I'd have to look that up. There's another one. If you're buying online, I meant to touch on that. There's two questions we see a lot of. Right now, you got a question about a coin. Don't hesitate to go to the Coin Up group, for example, and say, "Hey, here's a coin I'm looking at. I'm thinking about buying it. Right? Is this a good deal? Should I buy this? Should you buy this?" And you're asking me what you should do. I can't make that decision for you. Whether or not you should buy a coin, you really have to make that decision. If you're relying on other people to make that decision for you, really you're doing it wrong. If you're asking, is this a good deal? if you ask either of those questions, the answer's got to be no. Because if you're asking me, is this a good deal? First off, you haven't done the homework to determine whether or not this coin that you're looking at is priced appropriately, right? You don't know if it's a good deal. Perhaps a better question would be, does this look like a legitimate coin, an authentic coin? Buy what you like. Should I buy this? Buy whatever you like. But if you're asking if I think that you should do something, it's not my place to run your life, right? If you're looking for somebody to make decisions for you, really investing in coins might not be what you ought to be doing. Run for your life. No, you should not. You should not buy this if you don't know everything about it. You buy a house, you're going to look it up. You're going to check out the property taxes, make sure they're paid. You're going to do a title search, make sure there's no cloud or lien in that property. You're going to look at the neighborhood. You're going to check the flood zone ratings. You're going to call the insurance company. Say, what's it going to cost to insure this house? Right? You're going to call the power company. Say, what's the deposit on the power? All right? Because I want to know what kind of power this house is being used regularly. You're going to check the soil. You're going to check the water. You want to grow something on there, you're going to do a soil test. You're going to look at the neighbors. You're going to check them out. You're going to park a van across the street. You got to okay, maybe you're not going to go that far. Same thing with the coin. If you're going to invest your money into something, learn as much about it as you can. Right? If you're going to buy an expensive coin, a $17.99 dollar, you should be able to make the determination on your own if that's a legitimate, authentic coin or not. Okay, when it comes in, you can put it in front of other people. That's the time for that. Before you buy, send a photo to other people, ask. But if you don't know, then you probably haven't done enough homework to be able to identify that coin conclusively, come up with a reasonable market value based on auction records or price listings. Auction records are always your best bet. They can jump all over the place. And make the determination for yourself. You have to have that ability when you get into these big dollar coins. But we're not talking about that. That's down the road. You know, you're buying a few things to expand your collection. Watch yourself. Always watch yourself. On eBay, you can assume that people are screwballs and crooked. But work the room. You'll get used to them, who they are, what they're doing, their listing practices, if their photos are right. I know one seller impossible for this seller to take a good photo. Absolutely impossible. Holds the camera with the finger in front of, and that's a picture of the coin. Every single time. But I bought from them in the past when they had their thumb out of the way and never had a trouble with these coins from this seller. And so, yeah, I can interpret those photos from that seller. Hello, I found a bagel. Eat it. A bagel? A bagel. An Eagle 925 at a garage sale. Got home and weigh it 1.3 ounces. Well, lead is heavier than silver. If you got a 1.3 ounce bagel, dude, toast it, cut it in half, put it in the toaster oven, put some lox on there, maybe some hummus. It's got to be an Eagle. Eagle 925. 92.5? I don't know what coin that is. You paid $1. Okay, well, you didn't lose too much. You can go to garage sales, flea markets, antique shops. These are good places to lurk. Victor, Flea Market Coin Hunters, does videos on stuff he finds in these oddball, screwball flea markets and these odd locations, the secondary sector markets. Sometimes you can find some stuff. You get people in these antique shops, they specialize in everything. Well, for coins, you really need to be, pretty kind of specialized there, because you can find stuff. Yeah, they don't know what they got. They know it's an 1802 half cent, but they don't know it's an 1802 half cent with stems, or without, or whatever the heck. And geez, there's a cherry pick to be had. Well, I'll give you full price for that. That's no problem. $38. Here you go. Big grin on your face. Bangled. What's a bangled? Eagle Bullion. USA Coin Book. USA Coin Book's a neat place to buy stuff. Works a lot like eBay. I think a lot of the prices tend to be a little high, but you can find some neat stuff on there. Oh, picked up 5 silver dollars, and 9 dimes, 2 silver excuse me, and like a stack of wheats for $10. 5 silver dollars for $10. You're already stealing it. $15 is about the cheapest you can get a silver dollar of any silver dollar. Even Canadians are, $15. Yeah, you can get stuff. You go to these shops and they're selling it for melt value. You can go through and cherry pick it. You'll find this stuff, right? You're going to find it, no question. A lot of these shops, they'll pick it up for cheap, for melt, and put it up there, $5 a piece or some darn thing because it looks neat. I got this for melt. There is no pointy stick. Pointy stick is gone. Oh, I broke it. I was probably fiddling. I'm a twiddler. Okay. Sometimes you go to these shops at flea markets, and it's a hustle. They got a whole bunch of stuff out there, right? Maybe got some marks on there, something like this. It's worth melt. It's $1.25. And sometimes they bought it for melt or didn't know what it was and just threw it on the table because somebody brought it in. And it's a $100 coin, and you can have it for $1.25. It works both ways. Watch yourself. The more you learn, the more you understand, the more information you have available, the greater your advantage as a buyer. Just work on it. Stick with it. You're going to be doing this for a long time anyway. Okay, let's get back to home because I'm about down here. Is this a good deal? Should I buy this? No. Let's start there. You do the homework. Hey, this is a good deal. You're going to buy it. No, you don't need to ask us. Sometimes you say, is this a good deal? And somebody's going to take and buy it because it is. So before you ask if it's a good deal, protect yourself and find out on your own. Thief. There's some stuff out there you can find. You can cherry pick eBay. You can cherry pick these flea markets. You can cherry pick your local coin shop. These bigger sellers, sometimes they don't have staff or time to go through every coin and find these neat things where you have buy errors, such as this 1957D. That did you know about this, Blues? Should I keep that and send it to you? Yeah, that's kind of a neat thing. This is probably good for $5. You can find these things. Sometimes you do it at coin shows. Just because the guy sells coins doesn't mean he knows anything about dime varieties or errors. And you can find stuff, from reputable coin dealers. They just ain't got time to go through it all. Yeah, but what is a Weston's? 57D is for the big show. It's going in. By God, we'll show it off before the world. They're going to love it. No question about it. Like some Type 2 seated dimes. There you go. CJ found a Type 2 seated dime, 1876. There's a good premium on the Type 2 versus the Type 1. We gave away a Type 1 last weekend. But you got to know to check. A Type 2 versus Type 1. Where do you find out this information? What about my satin cents, Professor? They're back here. They ain't going no place. I got to get you. You're getting close to the top of the list. Yes, I know. I'm low in the top. You're getting closer. We'll get there. Yeah, I got a bunch of satin cents. I got 2005s, P. I've got 8s. I've got dimes back there, bunches of them in, let's see, 2005, 6, 7, and 10. I think I got some satin halves that came in. I'll get you the whole darn list. We're getting there. I haven't forgotten you. It ain't going no place. Yeah, ain't nobody coming down that driveway without me getting off a few shots first. Saw it on the replay. I'm totally jealous for the 1876S. Well, look at that 20 center he got from me. He found a die variety on the 1876S that I didn't even. No, okay. It's neat. It's got the $ mint mark. Okay, look, that's about it for today. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this and see what sort of stuff we missed from that lag episode. And I probably should do an addendum so we can get some of the looks at these websites like Stacks Bowers or HA or Collector's Corner, because there are some excellent places out there to buy coins. I'm far more jealous of the 20%, the 20 cent. Yeah, I always keep an eye out for the 20s. People don't know. You know, we used to make a 20-cent coin, a little smaller than a quarter. It's 90% silver. I only made it for a couple of years. CJ has a whole story on his channel. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of satin nickels too, from the half off bin. These satins, what the hell are they? Here's one. What's that one? 2008. These satins, I keep saying it. I can't get these for what the books. These are getting harder and harder to get at Numis media prices, fair market value prices. They're going to be correcting these prices soon. They're all going to go up. This is 2008. From 2005 to 2010, the uncirculated mint sets were produced with a special finish. That's them. They're satin. Can I get some more here? Where'd that stack of them go? Some more. All right. Each year, of course, the mintage is going down. Here's a 2010, just the Denver side. Right. You should have 2 of these in a package. I saw this one online. The price was right. Okay, but it was only the one piece. Ideally, you should have 2, which would be the Philadelphia and the Denver. Okay, this is the whole mint set. It's a complete, the 2 pieces. They get the red, well, red, the orange here, Denver and Philly. You got to have both. Unscrupulous sellers will sell just one, and they'll say, it's the 2010 set, but it's just one. You got to have the pair. So watch for that, because they want to get full price. But I'm not having a hard time finding a complete set or partial set at good prices. These are going to be going up. Keep an eye out for them. The mintage on the 2010 is under 600,000. So these are key dates. These are key or semi-keys on a lot of these issues, the quarters, the nickels, right? Especially the nickels and pennies. Yeah, 2009. These are the ones, this is the last year, the last time. These pennies right here, these are 3.11 grams, and they're 95% copper, right? 2009 Philly, same thing. The 2008 and the 2010, that's zinc, okay? At 2009, that's copper. Yeah, these are gorgeous. These things go for, $5 to $10 per coin, per cent. But watch for these to jump. Yep. We'll go from there. Not zinc. The 2009 are 95% silver. They weigh 3.1 grams. The other ones, the 2008s, 2010s, 765, those are zincans. Those are, zinc core. The last 10 years, the sets, all the sets, darn right they've been crashing. They've been putting out this junk for years and years, right? They've been putting them out in these awful envelopes. Right, here's a 1996. And inside they got them in these cello packs. And they just aren't getting protected. Oh, here's a neat one to see. Okay, if you get these, the 96 proof set, mint set, you want to find this. Okay. On these mint sets, these are your uncirculated strikes for the year. But these aren't uncirculated. These are satin strikes. These are a special set. These are SMS, special mint set in effect. That's where they should be listed. But they're falling through. Okay, 1996, you got the penny, nickel, dime, quarter, half. But you have this thing. Ooh, look at it. This is how it's packaged. It looks like I've seen beef jerky packaged like this. 1996 is the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime, so they made some just about across the river from where Roosevelt was born and raised and buried. And that's a 1996 W. Have you got one of these? Is this on your list? Your W mid-mark dime got stolen? No, really. They put beef jerky in these, vacuum sealed packs. It's like astronaut food, except it's a dime. There you go. So if you're paying full price, this is another thing to watch for. Some of these mint sets are kind of special in different ways. The 96 mint set has the W dime. If it doesn't have the W dime, don't pay more than $5 for that. With it, yeah, you got something nice. We'll probably put this in tomorrow's show. Left the mint set. Yeah, they take apart the mint set so you can put together your special Roosevelt dime set. And just the Roosevelt dimes, you'll see them getting, 20, 25, $30. Never let someone make it illegal to own money. I won't. I promise you. If I'm elected president, we're going to have money for everybody. We'll make more. There you go. Yeah, the more you know, the better opportunity for you. So stick with it, learn, keep coming back to the show. Watch the previous coin classes. I put up there's about 200 videos up there already. Go back and see them. The 225 Enhanced Mint Set. I didn't like those, what was it, 2007? I didn't like those Enhanced Mint sets. I don't think they're remarkable. I think it's the Mint just trying to pump out more product to generate more revenue, and the coins weren't worth the case they were stuffed into. No, I don't like them. You can do whatever you like, but the prices have dropped considerably. You can get them for $30 the whole set. They used to be $50. They're not that great. They're a little bit different on the finish. Skip it. But you got to have, if you want a complete set, though, you got to have them all. If you want a complete set of Roosevelts, you got to have that dime. And if you want to have a complete set of Lincolns, there are less than 600,000 of these. Right? They made 486,000 1909 SVDBs. Right? They made 800,000. They made more 31S's than they did 1909 D Lincoln number 2 with a log in the back or something like that. Some other sets have the same finish. 225. I'm not sure what that's going to be. Why don't you dumb down astronaut booty? They take this stuff, right, like beef jerky, because it's not going to rot in space. You see, in space, nobody can hear you bitch about the food. But they're going to send food up into space for these astronauts. They're going to, it's expensive, so you can't have it going bad. There's no such thing as fresh produce in space. Maybe you can get a banana, when they send up something. They eat a lot of hot dogs, a lot of canned foods, a lot of dried foods they have to reconstitute, MREs, that type of thing. It's space food. And they pack it the same way in these cryogenically tamper-resistant packages. I don't know why it's tamper-resistant. Unless the astronauts are playing jokes on each other. But that sort of thing. They'll be, freeze-locked, freeze-dried, and sealed in a container. And that's one of them things. Yeah, what the heck. Freeze-dried pennies. Coin and dollar set has the enhanced finish. Again, buy the sets from the Mint every year, or they won't make them. Well, the Mint has been making these proofs, these Mint sets, and these just shoddy packaging for, geez, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and into the zeros. And only then did they start to do the bubble packaging. And people just, dude, the coins are, they're uncirculated, but they're just business strikes. They're not specially made, right? They just scoop them up out of the hopper and put them in. So they started in with the satins to try to boost and regain those lost sales. By now, you have a special strike. It's in a protected package, the whole bit. But they've already screwed themselves. They already cut their own throat by putting out too darn many and driving them. You can get these Mint sets for $5, $6. It's got $3 in face value in them a lot of times. And yeah, and a lot of handling too because they're not well protected. Here you go. Here's a proof set. Here's what is this? A 2011. There we go. Let's pull this out. All right. Yeah, you can about shoot bullets through there before you start to screw up that coin. Solid acrylic case, sealed up. Yeah, it's a bear just getting the coins out. So we can make that focus. What they do, they uncirculate it in this cellophane. We used to get these long strips of lollipops in something very, very similar. Yeah, they cut their own throats just offering shoddy workmanship for 4 decades. And a lot of people, they just wanted off. Heck with it. Why should I buy that? It's going to be worth, $4 after market. Watch these proof sets. They're dropping below, they started dropping below $1 million around, 2004 or so. You can check the checklist. They're called blends. Yeah, there's terms. Oh yeah, they jacked up the price. So the 2011 goes for about $40. Here you go. They're trying to boost it, so they brought back silver coins in '92. So you've got, silver proof sets. Well, that's all well and good. You got all these coins. Oh, this is the one with a crack in it. There you go. So you got it'll be red or black. You got silver dime, silver $50, silver quarters. There you go, silver quarters and stuff. But, they didn't have them in '91. And the nickel is still nickel. The penny is still crap. And the dollar is still undesirable. So you got a couple of coins in there. Nobody collects Roosevelts. But they love them halves. Those silver halves, they love them. They eat them up. Practice better handling. Well, yeah, 40 years after the fact is a bad time to start practicing better handling. Yeah, but these silver sets, these go for pretty good money. The moderns, once you get after 2010 on the proof sets, yeah, those prices are climbing dramatically because, well, they're not making 5 million of them and keeping them on the shelf for a couple of years. Yeah, they get the orders in, they make them, they move on. Never a bad time to start making real money again. Yeah. That's how that works. Look, I got to get going. It's 5 o'clock. I got to get showered and shaved and get my hair done because we got Mantic coins coming up in half an hour, which will be 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern time. It's a good show. I like to watch. I'm usually good for 3-4 hours. We do our thing, but he's giving away some platinum. You want to get there first thing, right? Be there at 4:30. He's got an early bird giveaway, and if you miss out, you don't get it. If you show up, you got a chance. If you don't, no, baby, you don't qualify. So get over there and check it out. We'll see you guys later. Stay groovy.